guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cassandra here, and today I have a monthly wrap-up, so it's going to be a June wrap-up. It has been a hot minute since I've done one of those, and I think I'm just going to do once I read 5 books or so, do a little update and do recent reads. Simply because it took me a while to find through all my pictures which books I've actually read, because I do post on my Instagram a lot of the time what I'm reading or my thoughts or highlights from the books. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and let's get it started. The Kindle books that I have read first. Not the best person to use the Kindle. The first one is, I don't know if you guys can see, there we go. It's called His Many Demands. So I remember what that one was about. It was alright. It is definitely a raunchy, kind of sexy book. It does deal with, as far as I'm aware, I think I remember correct, is there's a girl and she and her mom are almost best friends. She's really smart, and basically her mom gets married to this very wealthy guy, and he says that he's going to help her with her studies and with her summer work kind of thing, so she can pay for her course, but she has to work under her soon-to-be stepbrother. And there is obviously a romance. Is a raunchy book, what else would there be? So it's very, if you guys, it's not, in my eyes, it's not incest, but I do have a stepbrother and I could not even look at him that way. So yeah, don't know this about me, I do love little raunchy books and books that are very saucy and spicy. So our pile of other books. So the first one was Maggie Stiefvater, The Raven Boys, and it was me, my sister, and my best friend. We read this book. We haven't had a book chat yet because we've been also busy. I just finished my school year, so it was very full on. But I do really like this. I do want to continue with the series, which I feel like is a win-win. I've read it gives me a good vibes as well because I've read it outside. So We Were Liars, and to be honest, if I had to rate this, I'll rate this 1. I feel like I've reread this. Hold up, my shower is making noises. So yeah, this one talks about there's a very wealthy family and they live on an island. It's a lot of teenagers. There's one girl, there was something that happened in one of the summers. No one wants to tell her what. She deals with very bad headaches. Kind of turns out that there was an accident she was in, but no one wants to tell her what happened. And kind of as we go, the amnesia kind of lifts a little bit and we find out what actually happened. I don't know if that was a 45-minute movie, maybe would have been better. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I don't know if I wasn't in the mood for it or whatever, but I really, it was quick, so it was fine, but it was nothing that basically knocked my socks off. Because I have been really into educating myself about certain topics, especially now I have finished my coursework. So it means that I have nothing that I actually have to submit, and I can devour all of my self-empowerment, self-discovery books and stuff like that. But that was the first one that kind of triggered, I want to learn more, especially when the movement of Black Lives Matter started. I tried to get some of books online, but most of them were not out of order. They were out of stock on Amazon. So, and until last week, all of the stores were still closed. One that I did have was The Hate You Give, and I know there is a movie, so I really want to watch it with my boyfriend as well, because I think it's really important to see what people of different colors, just skin colors, have to deal with, which I feel is so fucking rude. And so just, yeah, I can't even, breaks my heart. This book made me cry about 7 times, and injustice that happens, that's what made me cry so many times. And just being, if I had to go through something that Star has to go through, I don't even know how she copes with it. So I found this an amazing book. So if you guys get a chance and just want to have a sneak peek into what people of color do go through, really highly recommend. I try to educate myself. If you guys don't know, I finished my level 3 of counseling skills course. I did apply for my foundation degree, so I am just waiting for a response, so fingers crossed. But I would love to work with people that are dealing with low self-esteem, confidence. I think that is the path I would like to go to. So I am currently, well, I just finished studying integrative therapy, but I do love to read about self-love and where it comes from and how to build up your self-esteem. So if you guys would like to see a video on this, give this video a thumbs up. So the first one that I've read was I Heart Me, The Science of Self-Love. So for example, I highlighted, because I do highlight, but I changed my kind of routine. So that one says, I am not my accomplishments in creation. Regardless of whatever I lose or win, succeed or fail, the truth always remains that I am enough. So it really puts emphasis on us feeling enough. And then once you feel enough, you feel good enough or loved enough to go after things that you really want. And you know, you are good enough to have good friends in your life, which means get rid of the assholes. If someone is not supporting your life, it is absolutely good enough. Like, you're good enough to have good people in your life. If you're in a shitty relationship, remember that you're worthy enough of having a amazing partner in your life. So it does, I've loved this one by two girls actually, Eve Simmons and Laura Dennison, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And it's How to Fear and Eat It Anyways. It talks about two of the girls are recovering from an eating disorders. So they do have a website called Not Plant Based, which if you guys want to check it out, I will try to link that down below. Also, I will try to link all of those books on Amazon if you guys would like to get it, because I don't know if people do that, but I know that sometimes I'm like watching someone's video and I'm like, oh, I just want to get it. So I might do that for you guys. So as you can see, I've watched a video of people like actually assigning different colors, but because I only had 4 different colors, I picked one color per book. So this one basically talks about different myths the magazines and headlines news has been telling us about dieting. Stupid things that we've been told about. Don't eat carbs past a certain amount. Don't drink that kind of milk. Don't eat cookies. Cheese is this. Or, you know, if you eat carbs at 6:01, you're just going to gain 200 pounds overnight. How you're supposed to do juice cleanses. It talks about veganism. It talks about everything. So if you guys are into, especially if someone is younger, I would really recommend to people about around age 15. It's very eye-opening. It talks about how young girls actually start thinking about dieting. Maybe that's why it just never touched me, but I feel like if you guys have younger cousins or maybe sister or brother, that would be a great book to recommend. There is some parts where I don't agree. Things like I don't think we should be scared of any type of food, because I'll make a whole video about this, because I've been recently eating intuitively after counting macros for a hot minute, and just the difference and how I feel. So I feel like that's worth having a chat about. But the last one is, which I am literally like 50 pages away from finishing, and I brought this over on Friday too. So today is Tuesday. No, today is Monday. And one of my friends on Friday was like, oh my god, have you read Laura Bates' Everyday Sexism book? And I didn't, but I did find audiobook, so that's what I'm going to listen to next, I think. So that one is Girl Up, and it talks about different shit that we've basically been told about everyday sexism, and it does talk from a girly perspective a lot more than it does from guys' point of view. But I still highly recommend, ladies, if any of those things touch you on a daily basis, I highly recommend to like smacking someone with this book. So the latest thing that even my boyfriend was a little bit shocked was when we read about different things that happen to girls that are still at school, like being catcalled and stuff like that. It's not a compliment, it's not a nice thing, you know, especially when girls are still in school uniforms and they're getting catcalled, or, you know, look at your tits, or I will do you, or something like that. It's like, sir, would you like a restraining order? Like, would you want your daughter to be called like this? Would you want someone to say to your wife, like, let me knock on that back door? You know, you wouldn't. So I think it's a great thing that she came out with this. I do follow her on Twitter, and I am really excited for the next book. I do have 2 other books. So I have 2 books. One is How to Stop Feeling Like Shit, and the other one is why I no longer talk to white people about racism. And again, I wanted to educate educate myself about the topic, because I feel like it's so unfair and there's so many things that I personally don't know. History was never anything that I would be very thrilled to learn, so I thought it would be great to learn in a different way, and I've been slowly but surely chipping away a couple of chapters every day or every other day, and the book How to Stop Feeling Like Shit is absolutely phenomenal. I've just been skipping through it, like going on my morning walks and just listening to it, and it makes you feel so good. So hopefully I will be able to get my hands on the actual paper version, like paperback version, and finish off. But like I say, those two are still being currently listened or read, but I thought I would mention them here as well. With that being said, if you guys have any, hold up, I wanted to know if you guys had any favorites of this month. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't done this in a while, but I think I'm going to do maybe like after 3 books or maybe 5 or something like that, or like a weekly recent reads if I have a good week, because I do forget about the books that I've read if I don't post about them, don't have pictures. So yes, that would basically be it. If you guys are interested in any reviews, let me know and I'm happy to do those. With that being said, that would be it. So until the next time, I will talk to you guys soon.